The leadership principle that speaks loudly to me is be prepared and know the details of your business. It used to be, when I was a manager in training, there was philosophies, and they'd say, well, you don't necessarily have to know all the details of your business as long as you're a good leader. And then some would say, if you know the details, you don't have to be a good leader. And over the years, I have found that you have to be a good leader and you have to know the details of your business, because when you're making decisions or when you're interacting with your teams or your people, if you know the details of your business, you make better decisions. You take better risks. And so the reason that resonates with me is I'd like all of my management team to really take it upon themselves to learn the details of their business, because they will make better decisions. They will be better leaders because of that.
I think being obsessed with excellence just hits the top of it for me. I like the word obsessed. It may sound a little over the top, but it's just the notion that it's just too darn important to achieve, to hit your goals, to deliver on an outcome. I mean, we are in a crisis here in healthcare. People can't afford it. So we ought to be obsessed with every penny and dollar that we spend. We ought to be obsessed with driving higher quality and greater access, because if we aren't, this system might collapse. And if not us, who? And if not now, when? So being obsessed with excellence is, again, that hits the top of my list.
I think that it's actually very important in philanthropy to apply the principle of being very data-driven. The same is particularly true in some of the work that we do around domestic violence prevention. There's not a lot of data out there. One of the grants that the foundation has just recently made is to try to get more information about the prevalence of domestic violence in the state of California. We think that's an incredibly important piece of the work that we're doing, because you'll never know whether you're successful unless you have the data to understand the magnitude of the problem when you start out. So that's one of the things we think is really important, and we pull that principle into the work that the foundation does.
For me, the leadership principle that I think about the most, I think, is data-driven decisions. And the reason for that is that I think our business is a business where small things make a big difference. And when we have to make decisions in how we configure our network and how we negotiate with providers, many of them come back to truly understanding the data and what it means for access to healthcare or cost of healthcare. It's very easy, if you're not careful, to get caught up in the momentum of decisions and in emotions, and when you're in negotiations, get dug into particular points of view. But for us, it's coming back to making sure that at every stage we're making a decision that's grounded in real data, real analysis, real insight is critically important.